Hello everyone, welcome to Morning Coffee. Thank you all so very much for tuning in. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Welcome to May, yes. Welcome to May. So this is going to be a general energy reading for your day or your moment, whenever this is meant for you, whenever it resonates for you, yes? So please keep in mind that it is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Also, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you're guided to watch this reading and it resonates, then that's most likely the message for you in that moment, even if it may not make exact sense just yet. Many people have come to me saying that, even between like the readings that I put out here on YouTube or for like private readings or something, people will say that didn't necessarily resonate at the moment, but I don't know. Well, the most common I've heard is like 3 months down the road or something like that, then it all makes sense. So again, if you're guided to watch this reading, then there's most likely a message for you in the moment, in the situation for you for the moment, but it may not necessarily make sense just right away, but that's okay. Don't completely write it off. Just put a pin in it and revisit it later, yeah? So I am back inside today because while it is still a beautiful day out, it is quite windy, and you're most likely going to be able to hear it at certain points during the video here. And so I figured it would be better to sit inside because I don't want the cards blowing all over the place, yeah. So, getting into this here, we are keeping it cute with the Vice Versa Tarot deck. However, oh, there it is. Let me show you the box here. Vice Versa Tarot, yeah. And then I am switching it up for clarification. And at least for today, we're going to go with the Witch's Tarot for clarification. Yeah? And then, as usual, we will cross the Oracle bridge when we get there. Yes? All right, guys, let's get into it. Okie dokie. Here we go. 5. No, hold on. No shuffles yet, Eric. We still have to, pray and everything. Right, okay. 2. All right, hold on. Here we go. Hi, Spirit. Please make me a clear channel for the collective at this time. Please bring forward the best messages to serve their highest good and the highest good of all involved. Please give us clear and accurate representations of the energies in terms of the situations, situationships, romances, circumstances, relationships, and places in which we all need it the most. Thank you so much, Spirit. Alrighty, y'all, we're gonna give this 5 shuffles here. Yeah. 1. So what's interesting is that I almost did not do morning coffee today because this is 2. I was kind of feeling like I wasn't feeling in alignment with it. Normally, this is 3. Normally when I'll get up in the morning and, I'll get out of bed, do whatever, make some coffee, and I'll just feel it out, right? And normally I'll feel like either a drive, be like, yeah, let's do it, or just feel like something is coming through, something is needing to be talked about. So that's what I mean by feeling like whether I'm in alignment with it or not. But today, this is 3. Today I wasn't feeling that, and I'm kind of feeling a little bit low today, I'm not gonna lie. I woke up at 2 in the morning and couldn't go back to sleep for a few hours, and I was just kind of laying there, and there was a lot of thoughts happening that's just like, ugh. And I texted one of my dear friends when I got up this morning. I was like, hey, can we just run away together? Just you and me. Let's just run away and leave everything behind. It's feeling like one of those moments, but But so that was like, I was almost like, I don't know if I want to do morning coffee right now. But then I was like, you know what? Screw it. It'll probably help me feel better. It's most likely going to help you guys feel better. So, okay, especially if you're feeling these energies of just like feeling low and feeling down and just like meh. And it's been that way for the last few days. Like, I don't even know how to quantify it or like even what to say about it. It's just, other than the fact that I just heard the answer. Okay, other than the fact that shifts are happening. So, all right. I mean, we've been hearing that for months. But anyway, but then I sat down and I started to like really get it together. I lit some sage. I saged the cards, and I got myself into a nice, cute little spot. And all of a sudden, I started to feel really, really warm. Now, granted, I am wearing a bit of a sweatshirt here, but it's windy. It was a little chilly this morning. And I was like, whatever, let me just put on that sweatshirt. But now I'm just really feeling the heat of source and spirit. And so I'm saying all of this to say that even though I wasn't really kind of feeling it this morning, I decided to do it anyway, and they're all here. Like, I sat down, I was starting to get ready, and I just started to get hot. Like, literally, all of a sudden, I started sweating. And normally, when people channel, this is 4, right? 4. When people channel, sometimes, they'll get certain symptoms, physical symptoms, like they'll get really hot. And this is 5. And that is normally an indication that higher vibratory beings are around you, because they vibrate at a higher rate. And when energy moves fast, it generates heat, and so you'll often feel that. So I'm saying all of this to say, this is my long-winded explanation about the fact that I wasn't quite feeling it, but I'm doing it anyway, and they're here. They're showing up for us because we're showing up for them. We're showing up to receive them, therefore they are showing up to guide us. Excellent. All right, so let's get into it. What do we want to talk about today? What do we want to talk about today? The past. The past is over. And interesting. Okay. Overall energy, we have the Hermit on one side, and we have the 4 of Cups. Oof, gosh, this makes sense, on the other. Okay, excellent. Thanks, guys, because I didn't know how exactly to quantify this energy. No, not quantify. What's the word I'm looking for? How to describe or explain or, this energy that I've been feeling for the last few days. And I'll share. So lately, over the last few days, maybe for like the last week or so, I've been experiencing energies in which I'll wake up in the morning and for some reason, and I really don't even know what has triggered this. And maybe this is because of the shifts that are happening, the change that is coming. I've been waking up in the morning with immediately just thoughts of the past, of like some of my biggest traumas that I have had the hardest time, healing from and letting go of. Definitely has to do with growing up, like being a kid and, being me, the crazy, wild, artistic, free-spirited person that I am. Growing up in a society that doesn't necessarily appreciate that the way that it needs to be, I mean, and I guess the thing for me has been this struggle, and I say this specifically because this is something that I have dealt with my whole life. And I remember when I was like still back when I was married and everything, and I was rolling through the healing process at that point, it was this same energy, for me personally, it was this same energy that I was dealing with. So at this point, I'm starting to understand that this is like really, we're getting down to like real core wounds. And obviously, as always, I'm sharing my story, my situation to help qualify or quantify. Is that the word that we need to use here? Okay, quantify things for you so that you can help see where you're coming from and how you fit into all of this. Like, you don't have to take my experience and say, okay, well, this must be what's happening for me. Just take it and listen to it and listen to how it resonates for you, and let that show you the points that are specific for you in your story, right? But what I've been dealing with lately is in terms of the past. Six of Cups in reverse. And I come out and I wake up and it's just this same energy all over and over again. And I'm having a hard time dealing with it, but at this point I'm looking at it, I'm trying to look at it from a different point of view. Okay, I'm trying to get it from learn from it, or understand it, or qualify it for myself, in terms of, rather than just looking at myself in blanket saying, oh, well, you're a failure, or you're a fuck up, or this, that, and the third, or like, you're too wild, you're too crazy, you need to come down to earth, you need to get a real job, you need to man, you know, that kind of energy. Instead of looking at myself in that way, trying to figure out how it is I fit. Is it working so well? Couldn't really tell you. But anyway, I say all this to say what's come out here is the Six of Cups in reverse. The next thing that came out after that was the Page of Wands. So what I feel like we're going through right now is a change in, I just heard a change in trajectory, a change in the way that you identify yourself, a change in the way that you show up in the world, a change in the way that you align. But the choice to align to something different is literally a conscious choice, I feel like, for us here. But there is a halt in the movement, the Chariot in reverse. Okay. This is soul level. It feels like, and I'll explain this from my point of view. You take it as it resonates for you. But what it feels like for me is that my soul has literally stopped moving, has stopped driving forward. The Chariot in reverse. There is a discrepancy here with what I'm dealing with is how I move forward in the life. What are my goals? What is my direction? Like, it's gotten to the point where I don't even really want to study anything. I don't want to learn anything new. I'm not opposed to it. It's just everything that I once thought was for me, was a path for me to take, was a direction for me to go in, was something for me to pursue. And like all the goals that I used to have literally have been shot to shit over the last 33 years of my life. And I'm going to be 34 on Thursday. That's literally what I've been thinking. Like, I've come to realize that ever since I was a kid, and all the things that I was really passionate about, all the things that I loved, all the things that I thought, hey, maybe I could do that for my life, or maybe I could do that for work, or this, that, and the third, it all has gotten shot to shit. All of it, you guys. And I feel like I'm left with nothing else. So, if that resonates for you, then this is why things seem to have stopped right now. Or your whole sense of drive, of even passion, of movement and all that, it's stopped. In some cases, I feel like it's come to a screeching halt. That's kind of how I feel like it is for me. But this is happening because we are still processing the heartbreak. Three of Swords and Temperance. But see, this is not, and this is something that I've had to like really not, I've had to consciously work on not beating myself up about this. But the reason why things have come to a halt here is because we are reshaping, remolding, we are shifting. Temperance with the Three of Swords. Okay? We're coming to terms with certain things. We are doing the necessary healing work that it feels like, and what I just heard is that we have been procrastinating against. Distracting ourselves with ways to to not have to deal with it, or to just push it aside, or to just literally distract ourselves. And for me, one of the biggest struggles in this situation or in this energy is struggling against the nagging voice in the back of my head that says, you have to be doing something. You have to be someone. You have to accomplish things. You can't just sit here like a lump on a log, like a lump on a log, and think you're gonna get somewhere. And yet, the energies that we're in right now are in direct contrast, stark contrast to that. We literally are not going anywhere right now until we get this straight. Temperance with the Three of Swords. Until we can really work on doing the healing work and figuring ourselves out, or figuring certain things out, figuring out what our blockages are, or just getting through this last hurdle, the Hermit, so that we can move forward. Because what we have in front of us right now is not satisfying. The Four of Cups. It is not at all, what I just heard was, it is not at all what we thought it was going to be. But then after that, I just heard, but this turned out to be paradise on earth, or I heard heaven on earth. This turned out to be heaven on earth, but maybe we just can't see that yet. Maybe that's where we're going towards. Okay. I want to get one more pull from this deck before we move on to our clarification. So any last messages, Spirit, from this deck here in terms of this situation? Okay. Oh, this is good. Yep. All right. So cool. So we still have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. On the other side of the deck, we have Death. But it's the really beautiful side of Death, which represents rebirth. The rebirthing aspect of the transformative energies of Death. Okay? This is beautiful. Now, the sun is going to rise. I will say that, because in this card, you can either see the sun as rising or setting. In this situation, I guess maybe I'm just being hopeful or optimistic, but I feel like the sun is rising here. Slowly but surely, the sun is going to rise. But the one card that has come out here is the Two of Swords. It is the more calm side of the Two of Swords, because if you look at this one, I mean, there's a storm raging here, right? Well, the storm's not raging here so much, okay? And what this is saying to me is, well, the first thing that I heard when I saw the Two of Swords come out was internalize, go within, seek your own inner truth, and do not, whatever you do not focus on the external reality. Don't do it. Because it's a lie. It's a false representation is what I'm hearing. I'm not so sure about that. They're saying, yes, it is a false representation, but I'm asking, why is it a false representation? Well, it's an illusion. This is all an illusion anyway. This is all one big dream, okay? But it's a false representation of what you're actually capable of, or who it is you truly are, or something like that. I don't know. That's escaping me. But that's what they said. Now, what I'm also kind of picking up on here is it could be represented or considered a false representation because of the fact that we're shifting and changing. So our external realities do not directly reflect the internal shifts that are going on yet. So, okay, that's why it may be a false representation. It may have been a true representation of your reality in the past, but because you are going through these shifting energies, the Hermit and Death, okay, because we're going through these shifting energies, what we see on the surface externally is not a true representation of the true inner reality that seems to be coming to the forefront. Page of Wands, okay? Definitely, this is definitely an energy of internal realities shifting and changing, and ultimately yes, allowing the physical to reflect that, to represent that. So the Hermit here represents that internal shift. The Page of Wands represents bringing that shift into physical reality, into physical manifestation. Okay. So let's start clarifying. The first thing that I want us to talk about here is definitely this Chariot with the Six of Cups energy, okay? All right, so 5 shuffles here. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. The one reassuring thing for me lately is the amount of number synchronicities that I've been seeing. More specifically, I've been seeing 111 a lot lately. Also 333, but that's been a number that's been around for us for like the last 2 months or so. 444, also a lot of 555. And that's reassuring for me because it helps me feel like I haven't been completely abandoned by the universe, which obviously that's never going to happen. But sometimes it feels like that. Okay. And I say all that to say, I say that just because I just saw 111 again. Okay. All right, so let's get into some clarity here. We have the Chariot in reverse with the Six of Cups in reverse. So what is this energy for us, please, Spirit? Oh. I'm gonna stop there. This is good. At the bottom of the deck, you have Death. There you go. There's transformation right there. So if you were needing any sort of confirmation that you're going through a major shift, a major transformation, other than just like me doing this reading here, let these 2 cards be that. Death twice so far. Okay, but what has also come out here with the Six of Cups and the Chariot in reverse is the 3 of Wands, the 6 of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. 1 second. Okay, so major shifts. What I heard, the first card that came out as clarity here is the 3 of Wands. And as soon as this card came out, I heard this is a major turning point in your life. And then following that came the 6 of Wands and then the 6 of Swords. Now, the 6 of Swords did come out face down, okay? So to me, that kind of feels like a little bit of a hidden energy, the 6 of Swords. What is the 6 of Swords? The 6 of Swords represents moving on, moving from rough waters to calmer waters, okay? Kind of escaping a little bit. And sometimes the 6 of Swords can be escaping under the cover of night or something like that, you know, but to me, the fact that the 6 of Swords came out face down is a bit of a hidden energy. You may not quite recognize it just yet, but you are moving forward. It's happening. You're just going to have to believe us on that one, is what they're saying. But this is also a major turning point on your journey, on your path here in your journey, because it feels like we're finally doing what it takes to get over. And I know this is good. That might sound a little bit harsh, but literally the translation is we're doing what it takes to get over this stuff from the past that holds us back, that keeps us from living out our truest authenticity, is really what the Chariot is representing for us right now. And I know I keep saying this, Spirit keeps saying this, and I keep trying to say this to myself just to like reassure myself, but like you cannot put a time limit on this. You can't. I just heard there is too much damage to be handled here for you to require yourself to get this done in any certain amount of time. I mean, I don't, what Spirit is kind of saying now is that, like, look, it's not like we're trying to torture you here. We're not trying to keep you in this extended period just for shits and giggles. No. But what they just said is, but this healing work is required in order for you to move to the next step. And it's not the type of situation where it's like, okay, well, you're being tested. Like you're going to fail and then you're going to be sent back to the remedial classes. No, that's not the case. But you are going to have to go through this period to get over some of this stuff so that your path can be cleared up. Okay? That's the only requirement here. Okay, let's look at the Page of Wands then. Page of Wands, please, Spirit. Yep. So the Page of Wands represents transformation, in my opinion. As a reader, I see it that way. But it also, to me, or it also does represent new creative ability or new creative project. And what I feel like this Page of Wands energy here, it feels like a fire within you that's helping you to manifest or create the next physical stage in your life. Page of Wands is clarified by the Page of Pentacles, which is beautiful, which is excellent, excellent, excellent. We also have that with the Nine of Wands upright and the Lovers in reverse. With the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I'm not sure about those cards. Hold on a second, because the Page of Pentacles definitely makes sense, okay? But why is the Lovers in reverse here? Why is the Lovers in reverse with the Nine of Wands in terms of this? Oh. The Hierophant is now at the bottom of the deck with Death again. Hierophant and Death. To the Page of Cups underneath that. So the Hierophant, okay, all right. But I got one more clarifier here. Judgment. Or in this deck, it's Karma. So at first when the Lovers came out, I was like, okay, are we talking about love here? Like, for some of us, this is... I'd want to say for some of us out here that really resonate with it, and for those of you that have been watching me for the last like few years, who really resonated with me on the twin flame journey, I feel like some of us are coming out of that now. Like me personally, I'm not even really trying to do twin flame readings anymore. But it feels like we're coming off that karmic hamster wheel. We're exiting out of that karmic energy, that resonance. And with that is having to deal with a lot of the core wounds that were reflected in that relationship for many of us. if you resonate with the twin flame journey. I don't know why, but I am getting a love feeling from this Lovers in reverse. It feels like either you're dealing with twin flame situations or you're just dealing with toxic love situations or something like that, and you're coming out of it. It feels like you're rising above. And then the Hermit here represents the lesson, not the Hermit, I'm sorry, the Hierophant represents the lessons, the hard, tough, three-dimensional lessons that we're needing to learn and go through, and the experiences we're needing to have that are helping us shift and transform. Okay? Now, I felt like I needed to say that love situation just because it was there. I felt like I needed to say it. But then the other thing that I'm getting from the Lovers here, especially with the Nine of Wands, is the Lovers in reverse is kind of representing the new relationship that you are cultivating with yourself. So the Lovers being in reverse here actually is not a bad thing. For the most part, well, quite frankly, for all that I kind of channeled for this, it's good. Because it means that a new, better relationship in terms of a relationship with yourself is in the works. And so you're being asked to persevere, to not give up. Because you are rising above judgment. I'm hearing you're coming out of the darkness and into the light. And it's like either there's a last number of few hurdles that you have to get over to like overcome to really like move forward from this, or you could see it as maybe the last dregs of whatever had been holding on to you, whatever had been basically torturing you over all of this time is like trying to hold on tight, and so they're fighting harder to keep you from letting go and escaping, basically, if that makes sense. But you're definitely being asked to never give up. Don't give up on yourself. That's the most important thing. There may be some things in your life that you're no longer interested in doing or pursuing or following through with or whatnot, but never give up on yourself. Yeah. Okay. Oracle guidance is coming from the Oracle of the Angels today. Alrighty. 5 shuffles. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Yeah. When you boil it down, this is the central theme of the energy that we're shifting, moving through right now. Card number 26, inner peace. This is what we're striving for. This is what we're letting go of, all the shit from the past that keeps us in this sense of inner turmoil. Well, we're working on cultivating inner peace. Because right now, that's the most important thing here for us. Trust that everything is exactly as it needs to be, even if appearances suggest that chaos rules. Sometimes it can be a challenge to remain calm and centered in the midst of conflict or stressful situations, but you are guided in these instances to look within. Focus on attaining balance and peace within, and you'll find this with will greatly influence your external reality. In times of great stress or conflict, I focus on creating a space of calm and balance within. My inner world creates my reality. I ask the universe for help to guide me and enlighten me so that I may master my thoughts and emotions. I am peaceful. Let's say that one more time. And you guys can say it with me if you like. I'll say it slowly so you can. Okay. In times of great stress, I'm sorry, no, stop. Start over. Here we go. In times of stress or conflict, I focus on creating a space of calm and balance within. My inner world creates my reality. I ask the universe for help to guide me and enlighten me so that I may master my thoughts and emotions. I am peaceful. I think that needs to be our mantra, at least for the next few days. I am peaceful. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful for you. I love you all so very much. I hope you have a fantastic Monday. And I look forward to connecting with you again for our next cup of coffee tomorrow morning. Yeah? Take care. Mwah! Bye.